it going, everybody? So I'm back again with another video today. I know earlier I posted a trailer reaction for the new Halloween trailer. I'm going to leave a link in the description if you want to check that out as well. But right now I'm here to talk about the latest action film, Peppermint. The trailer for this dropped, I thought, cool. I mean, we're getting like a female spin on the average action revenge genre we usually see anyways. I mean, this got like mixture of like, of course, Taken, because the director directed Taken. We also got hints of like Kill Bill, The Punisher, Death Wish. It almost seemed like an amalgamation of all those thrown together to make Peppermint, which I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, I like all those franchises, and I like Jennifer Garner a lot. I mean, I've liked her a lot, throughout her career, whether it be action or more serious roles. But, yeah, let's just dive into writing my thoughts about what I thought about Peppermint. The story for Peppermint centers around Jennifer Garner's character, whose family, unfortunately, is gunned down by the cartel. And after her failed attempts to get justice the legal way, she kind of disappears for a couple of years, and then, of course, she reappears years later on, and she kind of wants to take matters into her own hands and kind of just takes revenge and goes on her own path, trying to take out the people that took her family from her. Even if for the most part this is one of your standard run-of-the-mill action revenge style storylines, there is some parts I enjoyed, especially Jennifer Garner, of course, who kind of, I mean, she's a badass anyways, but she hasn't really done like a lot of these like action style roles for a while. I mean, it almost felt like a callback to her, her Alias days back in the early 2000s. If you don't remember that show, I highly recommend go back and check it out. It's written and created by J.J. Abrams of, Lost, The Force Awakens, Star Trek, and all that. So it's a pretty well-known show. It's just, it was like early 2000s, but she was such a badass in that, and she's just as much of a badass in this film as well. You really feel for where her character's coming from and why she feels the way she is, just because, I mean, she's been through a lot in this movie that you'll see when you check out the film. I mean, not only that, but, she goes away for a while, comes back with this arsenal and all this skill set to take on the cartel by herself, which in itself is insane/impressive, but it makes for some really great action scenes. Of course, the action in this film is the main highlight. I mean, any person that's a huge fan of action films, I think there's enough that'll suffice for your, your need for action. So, I definitely recommend the action in this film. It felt very, the guy that directed this, he did Taken, so he knows, what he's doing when it comes to action. So definitely recommend the action in this film. Of course, I really don't feel like this film needed to be made necessarily, just because like you've seen this plot line done so many times and so much better in so many other films. Not to knock this movie for not being as good as other films. It's just there have been so many films with this revenge style action plot that, I mean, they just keep going and going and going. And they're going to keep going until the end of the movies probably, but yeah, I mean, you know where everything's going to go. It's very predictable. Like, where it's going to end and what's going to happen, but I mean, that's like with every action movie, though, so I guess you kind of have to take most action movies with a grain of salt anyways. To this film's credit, though, it did keep me entertained for the most part throughout the entire film. I mean, it's not like a very long film. It's only a little over an hour and a half long, which is about right for a movie like this as far as, I mean, there's not very much you can do with the action revenge plot, so I mean, if you go any longer, you're just going to bore your audience to sleep. But that's about a, appropriate runtime for a film like this. I don't want to compare this film too much to Taken since they are directed by the same person, but I kind of hope that this film kind of opens the door up for Jennifer Garner to take on more action roles, kind of in the same style as a Liam Neeson, who kind of had like a career resurgence in the action film genre after doing Taken, because he did obviously Taken 2, Taken 3, and then 500 other action films. And I really like Jennifer Garner as a serious actress as well. I mean, in recent efforts, I really liked her a lot in Love, Simon, but it would be okay if she did some more action stuff too, because I mean that's kind of like the stuff you mostly know her for anyways, between Alias, like I said earlier, and also Elektra, even though those movies with Daredevil, they weren't very good, but I mean she's obviously known for the action background, so I think she could parlay this into more roles in the action genre. I don't know if per se if it's going to be in this film franchise. If they make a franchise, you never really know these days. I don't think they intended for Taken to be a franchise, but if it makes enough money, they'll make anything into a franchise, you know what I mean? But, yeah, more action roles for Jennifer Garner, please. I liked her in this role. So, yeah, I'd say if you're looking for an action flick instead of going to see The Nun this weekend, go ahead and check out Peppermint. I think you're going to like certain bits of it. I mean, you've seen the story before, but, the twist on it with Jennifer Garner isn't horrible or anything. It's actually somewhat entertaining. It's not going to blow your mind or anything, but it's a little over an hour and a half. You're not wasting too much time, not a lot of brain power behind it, but it has for a couple entertaining moments, so why not give it a shot if you're not going to go see The Nun this weekend? Those are my quick thoughts on Peppermint. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you plan on going to see Peppermint, or you're looking forward to it, or you're not going to see it, or if you're going to go see The Nun instead. Let me know what your favorite action film is in this genre. Also, feel free to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, keep up to date with all my movie reviews, trailer reactions, Blu-ray hauls, unboxings, and more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.